Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're going to be taking a first look at a game called World Warfare and Economics, made by Okran Studio. And this is a sort of modern day grand strategy political simulation game where you are running a modern country in the modern era and all the things that are associated with that. Now, this is a sponsored episode here today, so thanks to the folks at Okran for reaching out and asking me to take a look at the game. It is on sale right now. They released a major update to the game and the way it plays and whatnot recently on Steam, and so we're taking a look at it here. And I think that's all we've got to say before we just jump in here. So let's go ahead and jump in. Now, as a modern, nation sim game would assume, you are able to play pretty much any country in the world. I think every single country in the world up to you. Now, this is a game that is still in early access here, but you can just scroll around the map, see what you want to play. Do you want to play the United States? Do you want to play as Canada? This is a game, I feel like it's a game I want to be conquering people. So I don't know that I want to play as the U.S. I feel like that would be a lot to jump into and play sort of in a first playthrough. That would involve a lot of responsibility if you're sort of already a massive country. So where would be a more reasonable sort of regional power where maybe you'd have a little bit of room to play, but also some strength in economics. So I think what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be playing as Turkey. That's sort of my thought here. Now, the game starts in 2020, although I don't know if you'll ever be able to change that. It does start in 2020 here. There are going to be additional simulations or additional dates based on, its future development here. We will set difficulty to easy because we have not played this before. And war likelihood, we'll keep it low so we can control that. You do have other options like having a tutorial potentially, but a lot of these are future development modes. Like I said, the game is in early access. So we'll just set it to easy. We'll set war likelihood down to low so we can control how that all plays out. And, we'll go from here. You can see Turkey has a budget deficit of negative 1.5. You can see here it has I guess this is maybe, I don't know what MP stands for actually. Military power, GDP 720 billion, population 84 million. It's a hybrid regime, so I believe it's like a semi-authoritarian regime, whereas, if you choose a country like France, for example, they're fully democratic. Turkey is a hybrid regime. Ukraine apparently is a hybrid regime. Russia is semi-authoritarian. Okay, so I guess I was wrong. It's hybrid regime. Syria is full authoritarian. And then Iraq apparently is semi-authoritarian. I don't know what that all means, but we'll find out as we jump in and play this thing. So let's go ahead and jump in and play. All right, so we can scroll up and down with the mouse wheel here. You can see all these countries have different color maps to help them stand out on the main screen here. Let's go ahead and you can see as we zoom into Turkey, these are different. You've got like these little tank icons which represent different military bases, and you've got units based out of them. But it's not just a military game. You can see over here on the left side we've got multiple different tabs or options here. We've got military tabs. We've got what is this? Sectors. So you've got different sectors. You can look at manpower, facilities, laws of health, education, welfare, transportation, sports. Interesting. Entertainment, all these little tabs here, media, security. So you've got a lot of different items in your country that you can manage or control. You've also got diplomacy options here. Some of the options, like passports, that's interesting. So you can ban different countries? Oh. Who's all banned from... These aren't all banned right now, are they? Canada's banned? Why? Why is what did they do? Well, actually, this is 2020. When was the... I think this is before the coup, or the attempted coup. But anyway, well, it says visa required, so maybe I'm reading that wrong for Canada. So you can like change these. Citizenship free. Okay, interesting. I'm not going to change any of that right now. Let's see here. Economy, budget, taxes, world market. I don't know that I want to play with any of that yet. I'm going to need to learn the game a little bit better before I mess with some of it. So maybe we'll just leave it as is. You can do things like subsidizing different products. You've got copper, cotton, semiconductors, energy, all these different types of deficit resources that we have deficits for. You also have resources where you can import, export. You can see our resource list here. You can see how much of stuff is built. Looks like luxury goods 10. You can see the workers that are assigned to different industries within your country. And so you can see different information like this. Now, some of these games, usually the way they work is like you don't really get a good sense of the economy and resources until things are flowing. So rather than like jump through every single tab, let's go ahead and get out of there. Minimize this. We need to set a yearly budget. So right now, our budget is a negative $2 billion deficit, I assume. If we had a surplus, we could allocate some of that to the debt, but we don't have a surplus right now. We have no trade deals at the moment, so the game doesn't start with any populated trade deals. So we could sign some of those, and we could go ahead and pick that, try and get that deficit down some. But I don't know that 2% is necessarily a problem, or 2 billion is necessarily a problematic debt. I mean, our outstanding debt's 258 billion. And, we have an economy well in excess of 700 billion. So I'm not sure I'm really worried about that. Running a bit of a deficit is generally fine. We could do arms. You could do arms deals. You can change allocation here. We could increase next year budget. Okay, so max budget's 5% of GDP, or 36 billion is 5% of GDP. So I don't want to set a budget of 0, right? I don't really, this is just a slider. I'm not versed enough in the game yet to know exactly what that means, but let's just set, those are reasonable. Let's assign 10 billion. I don't know. Why not? 10 sounds like a good number. Wait, so new account balance will be 10 billion, debt will increase by 45 billion? That must be an increase to the budget then. So we'll hold off on doing that for now. Whatever. So it'll still increase the budget. Okay, so the minimum budget is 35 billion. We can increase the budget by up to 36 billion. So you start at a base of 35. The max will, I assume that'll double the budget, but then obviously that increases. So how much do we want to increase the budget by? That makes more sense. So we'll do that. I'll increase it by 10 billion. We're going to need some additional money, presumably. We're also going to go ahead and go into R&D here. So you can see there's an R&D window. You've got a lot of different technologies, 2G mobile, hull optimizations for shipping stuff, digital command systems. So you've got like different technologies that are unlocked at different years. And right now for Turkey, we've already, we've done certain techs, but what we don't have, apparently, is I guess this was 5 years ago. 5G was still being deployed then. 5G mobile. We don't have medical nanobots, which reduces your sickness rate. Thermoelectric generators increases electricity production rate. Advanced recycling reduces pollution. 5G unlocks 5G mobile internet, which I don't know if that's good or bad. It's not totally clear, but you can see there's different in different categories for each of these. You got like fighter jet stuff here. You've got electricity here. Sickness here. Let's go with medical nanobots. Let's research that. Assign some money to it so you can get a speed bonus if you assign additional money. Let's say 250 million. So you can research that. Can we research multiple things at once? Apparently we can. So we'll allocate 100 million to 5G mobile, 200 million or so to medical nanobots. I assume that all flows like within whatever our budget is allocated. And I can't research additional stuff like until we unlock some of these techs. Okay. I need to stop it, Hauser. Let's see here. Did we have research set in here? Or is that like a separate cost? Okay, there's some stuff here that's future development, like space stuff, which would be pretty cool. Diplomatic missions are obviously in. But you can see here we're researching 2 technologies. We've got population growth is actually shrinking, negative 0.02%. I'm curious how games deal with population decline, because usually in these kind of games, population growth is like assumed, but in modern world simulators, you know, many of the developed nations are seeing population declines. So happiness is red. That's probably not good, although we do have a smiley. Okay. Research power 1.4, political influence 4. All right, and then we've got shortages of copper. So we probably want to sign trade deals, right? Like if we go to economy, world market, well, I guess can we, we'd like to import. I would like to import copper. I suppose we could subsidize it. I know trade is a thing, so as soon as we unlock it, we'll start getting like trade deals proposed by countries. So actually, let's just do this. Right now, it's January 1st, 2020. You can see the clock is moving. The clock is moving. This is this game that we're playing here today is World Warfare and Economics, and this is a sponsored stream. All right, so diplomacy. Waiting for those trade deals to come in. So basically what we need is vehicles, textiles, military logistics, luxury goods, household appliances, semiconductors, and construction materials. North Korea, how could you refuse? What does North Korea want to sell us? They are willing to sell 79 textiles for 10 years. Sure. I'm going to be a big pro-free trade guy. So I'm just going to accept most of these deals. I'm just going to assume the A is not going to rip me off. That's a good deal, right? Just everybody. I don't actually... Alright, so actually a lot of this stuff is things they want to buy from me. And I don't see anything in here. Do I have? I guess, okay. I don't see a lot of stuff in here that it's like, nothing in here we're accepting or we short on. Granted, I don't know that I actually have a whole lot of oil to spare, but... should probably actually go check that, right? Resources. What do we have a lot of? We have... construction materials, household appliances, military logistics. Let's say we were short on military logistics, didn't it? Okay. So really, as long as it's not copper, cotton, semiconductors, energy, or books. Everybody wants oil. Do I really have that much oil? Iron I would understand. Can always cancel these, but as long as it's giving me positive revenues. Maybe that'll help me pay for buying the goods I need. Okay. I'm worried what normalizing relations with them would do. All right, let's go back to our country. All right, well, our current economic situation, revenues are negative 2 billion. Okay, we already knew that we would be 2 billion in the red based on budgeting. Insufficient resources for my drones. We're lacking steel and semiconductors. Thought I bought those semiconductors from... I can give subs. Wow, you can. That's a lot of money. So semiconductors consume aluminum. Okay. So you can build new construction in different provinces. I'm curious if we go here. So like let's build, it looks like, I'm assuming green is like what you actually have resources for. So we can build 2 copper hexes here. So there's like a stack limit you can see represented here. And then different provinces have different resources here. So we could build aluminum here, for example. But then also like the... There's also like a workforce element. Like different provinces have different workforces and availability of people to work. Can I build new... So these are just for mines. But I can do land production too. Those are for ground units. Missile production for military units. So it looks like the options here are resources or military units. Due to lack of funds. Or did I misread that? Resources, sorry. So we're still short of semiconductors and steel. I don't know that I really need those drones, to be honest. I have a better idea. Hey, Syria. Declare war. I'm going to just expand my empire. Got it? What are we going to claim? What should we claim? No, I don't want all of Syria. Or we could do all of Syria, but... Listen, like, it's 2020. This is the height of the instability, the unhappy times in Syria. So let's just... I don't know how much other people get pissed at us for doing this. Fuck it. Let's just take it all. Declare war. Whoops. Declare war. Confirm. War! Let's do it. Alright. This is going to be fun. Alright, we're going to send our units over to the border first to hopefully fend off a Syrian thrust against us. So you basically just click on a base, and then you right-click to where you want the units from that base to deploy to. So we're going to deploy all these guys along the border. Apparently there's some air attack going on. It looks like we've got some interceptor units. You can see that little line across the screen here. We should have more than sufficient naval power to deal with their threat. We'll also move some of our interceptors here, these missile units, over to the border here. Also, the rest of the world's not happy. Condemn our action. Ignore. That's a lot of countries that are not happy with our declaration of war against Syria. But that's okay. Condemn all you want. I don't care. Alright, so let's crush their right flank first. So you can see here these tank icons. We're going to go ahead and push into the far right as these other troops move in toward the border. So we got a lot of different units here. I don't care if you're low on electricity. We got a war going on. Why does everybody keep condemning me? What else have I done? They just really want to condemn me. That's fine. Alright, these guys are fighting. Syria's moving almost all of their military to the right flank to deal with this attack. I suppose one way to deal with that is just move our own troops in and have sort of the mother of all battles here on the right. But they've got like 40 divisions going over there. I don't think I have quite that much. You can see some of my units, they're green, their strength is getting worn down. Okay. Did I deploy everybody, or is everybody, or there's still some units? There's still some units sitting in bases out here. Okay. So if we take a look at the nuclear program, I should open that up. But we've got a war going on right here, and you can see on the war screen 114,000 soldiers on our end still versus 58,000 on the Syrian end. We've lost 94,000. The Syrians have lost 82,000. We've still got that fighting going on the far right flank. They've got 69 divisions that are very beat up by the looks of it. Our divisions are pretty beat up too, though, so... Any more troops? I don't think I have any. This may have been a poorly planned campaign. Charge! I think that's all my units. They look like they keep bombing some of my boys. My boys! Gotta keep the dand up. Alright, let's attack on the left flank. We've got 12 divisions here on the left. Move in here so they stop pouring in these reinforcements to the right flank. I'm ignoring the other aspects of my country right now while we try to overwhelm the right flank. Syria does not have any allies, at least not who they've called into the war. Alright, we're conquering this province here. Right flank is still all sorts of mess. I think my troops are getting like attrited away too. We've got a lot of these divisions, but their strength is pretty much gone. They keep pouring more reserves in on the right. Okay. I think a broad strategy rather than a narrow strategy would have been smarter. We are, I thought we were conquering over here on the right flank, but doesn't look like it. Can we pull any of these troops back? I should probably actually, one of the things I should be doing is let's recruit replacements. But this is all done on an annual basis, so that may not be sufficient. Anyway. We are now conquering these provinces. Looks like we've crushed their military. I think while I was not looking. Some of these units, I'd like them to return to their bases once the fighting here is done. Because they're, some of them anyway, are badly beat up. Peace offer. What is the... Okay. No. Reject. Why would I accept a white peace with you? Now that your military is gone, you want peace? Huh. Figures. No. I wonder if they just keep sending it until you just better off ignoring it. Alright. So this... Oops. Alright, we're 83%, 94%. And this kind of works along like some of the way the other strategy games tend to work, is you conquer a province slowly over time based on the strength of your units within that province. So... Alright, so we've taken this province here. And that one. Let's pull some of these guys back to bases. I don't think they're going to draw any reinforcements while they're in hostile territory, and I don't want these guys to attrit out to nothing. But the units that are still green, that still have some strength, will advance forward. The units that are not, we will pull back to some bases here and hopefully replenish our losses. Alright, we're taking our rock. Alright. Moving these guys into these bases. Because you do lose attrition. You do take attrition damage over time. And I don't want these guys to... Okay. Did we take this part? No, they're still... So we might need to speed things along a little bit. No, that was 16 days ago, so... People are still condemning my actions. Where are we at with the war score, if you will? So it looks like 42 to 12. So there's different options here. You can obviously surrender, force surrender, hard peace, white peace, or ask help from allies. The enemy lost almost 200,000 casualties. We did lose 140,000 men. That was not a cheap fight. Pull some of these weaker units back to bases. So the conquest will take longer because I'm trying to be conservative with some of these units and not get them all wiped out. I don't know how quickly they'll draw reinforcements, though. You can see the different breakouts when you go to units in. I can merge units, actually, which is an interesting tactic. It'll shrink the number of divisions I have available, but it will replace equipment losses pretty quick, or at least stack units up. How does this compare to unit size to the guys we're actively fighting? Considerably more equipment in the units that are fighting. Okay. Can we buy more equipment to buff some of these units up if we go to where was it? Resources? No, sorry. There was a trade screen here. I'm not really producing any of this stuff. I've got SAM systems and S400s that are in stock. I have to deploy where I want them? Okay, so I do have stockpiles of equipment I can replace from. Can we just do a fast deploy? Oh, so it takes time. Guess not. Right, I'd be more interested in manpower, honestly. Do I have spare manpower? Yeah, 70,000 troops in reserve. Probably don't need to deploy 20,000 of them to those few divisions. But is there just an auto deploy option? Or are we forming those new divisions there? So those might actually be new divisions, not replacements. Anyway, these guys are in good shape. We'll go ahead and advance them. We took more provinces here as we slowly conquer more and more of Syria. And they desperately keep seeking a white peace that I keep ignoring. Libya keeps condemning my actions. Nobody else has. Everybody else is just like, alright, whatever, dudes. I'm just going to ignore you for now, then. Alright. Okay, so when I was deploying, I think I was, in fact, just merging units. Or deploying new units. We'll just consolidate. What's that division look like now if I move them around? Much stronger. The equivalent of 14 divisions, I guess, military power. Wow, 21,000 men. I just go conquer that province all by yourself, bros. Also, I did send some reinforcements to some of those units. Okay. So we will slowly conquer Syria, and then we will absorb them into the greater Turkish Empire. We will rebuild the Ottoman Empire. Okay, we gotta conquer these coastal provinces. Making some pretty good progress there. We could spin things up a little bit too, but desperately short of sports, electricity, and beds. Medical beds. Alright, we're almost conquering this province, and we'll move down toward Damascus next. Operation Ottoman Empire 2.0 is a go. Confirmed. There you go, boys. Keep moving. Actually, I might need to pull you guys back. I'm worried about your logistics. Go back there. We'll pull up some fresh troops. Alright. Fresh troops move down there. They move much more quickly, too. Oh, these guys just got all... I wonder if that was logistics, because it seemed like they were... Their orange was way down, and then I moved them back into another adjacent territory we had previously conquered, and they got good again. Anyway. The Janissaries ride Abrams. Technically Leopards and M48s, but yes. Okay. Come on, boys. Let's conquer, is this Damascus? Rif, Damascus, yeah. So, Syria is almost all ours. Then we'll annex them. Our budget's getting way worse. Apparently, war is expensive. Who would have known? Alright, we're conquering this province. In the game, it said Leopard 1s. There might be Leopard 2s also, but it mentioned Leopard 1s in particular. More peace offers that we've all declined. Now they're willing to accept a hard peace. Okay. Can I force them to surrender? That's really all I want to do. So the war score is dramatically in our favor. We need a little bit more to win forced surrender. We can't even do hard peace yet. We can't do forced surrender unless the war has been going for 400 days. The war is currently at day 115, so... But yeah, the game paused when that happened, so rip to those troops. In any event, the troops we pulled back to their bases are just fine. So let's conquer the final two provinces here in Syria, and then we will force a peace treaty. Research is going along swimmingly. Stop condemning me. The war's over. It's fine. Still deploying those new troops forward. Okay. Final province is going to be ours here in a moment. We're into You're more surprised. Yeah, you know, Israel, maybe they could have gotten involved. Alright, you guys can return to base. Okay. So, can we force peace now, or do we still have to wait? War score is 89-0. I don't want to wait 400 days. I assumed you could just annex, but if they're offering hard peace, we'll accept that. Hard peace basically just gives us everything that was part of our war demand, which was all of Syria. So, rip to Syria. It is now part of the Ottoman Empire 2.0. Look at that, boys. We've expanded Syria with this nice little southern real estate right here. Also, it opens up ground to go for Jordan if we want to do that, or Iraq if we want to do that over here. So now that we've expanded Turkey, I don't know if that actually helps my economy all that much, but I'm curious if it changes what goods we have here. We're still short of all the same stuff. Cotton might be new, and iron too. I wasn't really paying attention to iron before, but we might be short of iron now. We were selling iron in a bunch of agreements. I'm going to need to cancel some of those. Does Syria have oil fields? Maybe in the east? I don't think Syria was very much of an oil-producing country. A lot of pipelines cross there, but I thought most of the oil was in Iraq. They got coal, though. Well, we need to build... We are building some iron. Or actually, that's aluminum. We need to build more. I don't know that I have the manpower, really, but... Yeah, build iron. Why do you all want things? But anyway. Some of these features are still in development. Do I need to build anything? Like, really? Do I? I mean, we've got 400 Leopard 1s. 1,000 M48s. I'd be curious, can we do a nuclear program yet, or is that like a... Ooh. I don't have enough scientists. Darn! Alright, well. Syria's ours. Yay! And the world condemns our actions. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, so... we're producing more cereal than we need. We're producing more coal than we need. More bread than we need. More beverages. More animals. And actually more aluminum now, too. Copper is a problem. I need to import copper. Well, that's semiconductors. I still am not entirely clear why Taiwan never agreed to Why that trade agreement never went through for semiconductors. I mean, it's only a 51% chance, but... So I guess they're refusing it? But I want you to accept it. Maybe China will? Do I need to improve relations with them first? Perhaps? We do have envoys we can send. So we're sending envoys to China. And doing some kind of normalization agreement there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do a nuclear program, but it would require more science, that's true. America's less happy with us, perhaps because we just conquered Syria. Although really, I mean, maybe we did the world a favor. There won't be any more ISIS with the strong, firm leadership of Turkey. I'm sure the Kurds may not be thrilled, though. So let's see. Actually, we do have a little bit more cash. I don't know. We also, our population is now over 100 million with the conquest of Syria. So we're now a very populous nation. Okay. Yeah, I know I need to improve my country, but to do that I need more trade and to get better... Stop. What are you condemning now? I haven't done anything in days. Stop condemning me. I'm not doing anything bad. Okay, can we budget more science, maybe? So our budget deficit's much worse now. It's a new year, though. Working on 4G. Alright, our diplomatic missions to China, the US, and Taiwan are all underway. A lot of countries are importing from us. Or exporting. We're exporting to them. 36 trade agreements. We really do have quite a bit of coal. Tsunami in Vietnam. Oh no. Sorry. What would you like me to do? Who needs coal? China, probably. So maybe once those missions are done, we can export coal to them. But for tonight anyway, this is a bit of a shorter stream. Tonight, I think that's going to do it for our first look here at World Warfare and Economics, or Economic, by Okran Studio, a sponsored stream. So thanks again to them for setting this up. And this is just our first look at this grand strategy political game. Hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. We conquered Syria, if nothing else. And we'll see what the future has in store. But until next time, this is the Historical Gamer once again saying thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.